This is my first video update from Athens, Greece on this Thursday morning. Let's talk about some news and let's start things off with the resignation of the First Minister of Scotland, the leader of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon. She resigned the other day, and from what I understand, she resigned because of this "what is a woman" issue, this interview that went really, really wrong, and she couldn't define a woman. That's what I understand is the real reason why she resigned. Now, people watching in Scotland, please let me know if there are other reasons for her resignation or if this was indeed the reason that she called it quits. But either way, you have another leader in Europe, in the collective West, bowing out. And this follows Jacinda Ardern's resignation about a month ago. It follows Boris Johnson, Liz Truss, and that whole shakeup in the UK. It follows the Petkov government in Bulgaria. And it is another indication of the Zelensky curse at work. And the next leader to go is Justin Trudeau. Everyone is saying that Trudeau is next on the chopping block. We'll see. We will see exactly who is going to be next to leave the world stage. But I said in a video about 6 months ago that after Canada sanctioned the Russian Orthodox Patriarch Kirill, I said that Boris Johnson, well, the UK did the same thing. So I said Boris Johnson and Liz Truss are toast. And then Canada sanctioned Kirill, and I said Trudeau is toast. In that video that I did like 6-7 months ago, I was like, I don't know how he's going to exit, but a way will appear. A way will come when, which will force the Canadian Prime Minister to step down. And there is a lot of talk now that Trudeau is on thin ice and he is going to be the next world leader to leave the world stage. Putin must go, Putin must resign, regime change in Russia, all projection. The exact reverse is happening. So let me know, viewers in Scotland, exactly the reasons for Sturgeon's resignation. And I will just chalk it up to the Zelensky curse. Oh, we also had Italy. We also had Draghi in Italy. That was a big one as well. That was a big victim to the Zelensky curse. So let's oh man, that car is hurting. That car is not in good shape. So let's now talk about the new narrative for the Ukraine military, which is to train the Ukraine military to fight with less ammo. That is the new narrative now. Basically, the NATO defense ministers, they're coming out with statements saying that Ukraine has just been wasting away its ammo. It's been trying to keep pace with Russia, and they can't do that, and they have to find a new way to fight. UK Defense Minister Ben Wallace even made a statement yesterday saying that the UK is training something like 20,000 troops, Ukrainian troops in the UK, and they're going to teach them how to fight with less ammo, because the way they were taught, the Soviet style, he said, was to use ammo, to use a lot of ammo. And this is the fighting technique of the Russians. And, you know, Ukraine has to adjust. They have to rethink the way they're fighting. It reminds me of Rocky 2, when Apollo Creed, was it Rocky 2? Yeah, it was Rocky 2, when Rocky's trainer had to retrain Rocky to fight right-handed because he was a southpaw. And so the whole technique, the whole strategy was to switch it up and to retrain Rocky to fight with speed and to fight as a righty, and it worked. And so this is kind of like what's happening with the Ukraine military. It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. The narrative now that Ukraine has to learn to fight better with less, because for the last 12 months, they've been doing it all wrong. And it was Russia that we were being told was running out of ammo for 12 months. And now we find out that it's the collective West and Ukraine that is running out of ammo. But that's not a problem. The fact that they're running out of ammo is not the issue. The issue now is that they need to retrain to fight with less ammo, and that's going to do the trick. Forget wonder weapons, forget tanks, forget fighter jets, forget long-range missiles. The real wonder weapon is retraining, rethinking how you fight. U.S. focuses on training Ukrainian troops to use less ammo. Western nations are growing concerned over their ability to quickly replenish stocks. Have to retrain them to fight with less. That is the narrative now coming out of the U.S., of the collective West, of NATO. This is not good. This is not good for Zelensky, for the Ukraine military, for the collective West, for NATO. It's not good at all. Lloyd Austin, a couple of days ago, when he was with Reznikov during this NATO defense ministers meeting in Ramstein Air Base, Lloyd Austin said that the U.S. military will, of course, the United States will support Ukraine for the long haul, and they're going to give Ukraine what it needs to fight to hold the line. He said, to hold the line and to fight back with a spring counteroffensive. That is what Lloyd Austin was telling the media, along with the Ukraine defense minister, Reznikov, who has, according to sources, has been allowed to keep his position as defense minister, even though he was on the way out. I think the U.S., they said, nah, we want this guy to stay in as defense minister, and they prevented his exit. We will put capabilities into the hands of trained Ukrainian forces so they can be integrated together on the battlefield. That is what Austin said. He said, we would support Ukraine's fight for freedom over the long haul and help Kiev hold and advance during the spring counteroffensive. It's the spring counteroffensive. This is going to be the counteroffensive where Ukraine changes it up and fights as a righty. They're going to stop fighting as a southpaw, and they're going to switch it up, and they're going to fight right-handed, and it's going to make all the difference. It's going to be the game changer. This is the game changer. Fight the Russians with less ammo. Politico says that Anthony Blinken is ruling out, during this spring counteroffensive that's going to take place, he's ruling out Ukraine taking over Crimea. Big relief for the Russians, huh? So let's go up this way. Big relief for the Russians that Anthony Blinken is going to prevent the Zelensky regime from taking over Crimea. He said that's going to be the red line for Putin. I'm sure that Medvedev is breathing a sigh of relief. Whew, thank you, Blinken, for not letting Zelensky march right into Crimea and take it over. Blinken is putting his foot down, and during this spring counteroffensive, according to Politico, the U.S. Secretary of State is saying that Crimea may be a bit too far. for the Zelensky regime. I'm sure the Russians are very, very relieved. USA Today is saying, little by little, Russia is winning key ground in the war. That is from the USA Today. And Business Insider is saying that Russia has spent 9 months bleeding troops to try to capture a city with limited strategic value, experts say. That's in reference to Bakhmut. What's it like for the Ukraine soldiers who are being sent to Bakhmut by the thousands to fight in Bakhmut, only to learn that the city, according to the collective West, has zero strategic value? It's meaningless, but let's just send thousands upon thousands of troops there to fight for this, according to the collective West, for this meaningless city, a city that holds very little strategic value. The Wall Street Journal is saying that the battle for Bakhmut costs Ukraine dearly. It could undermine confidence in Zelensky in the West and at home. Here we're getting a little bit of truth from the Wall Street Journal. Just a little bit of truth there, which is that Bakhmut would be a huge defeat for the Zelensky regime, and it would undermine his political position in Ukraine. Absolutely. That's one of the many reasons why Zelensky is insistent on trying to hold on to Bakhmut, even though we are getting reports that the Ukraine military is starting to move out of Bakhmut. The New York Post is saying Ukraine is losing large number of troops as it boasts about Russian casualties. I don't know why I'm reading all of these articles that I've kind of collected. I guess just to kind of expose the lies that they continue to tell us, and the trickle truth that they're also hinting at, which is that things are going very, very bad for the Ukraine military, and they're trying to cover it up. They're trying to cover it up in their own weird, twisted way. They try to cover it up, but the truth always kind of gets out in their reporting, even in their titles, even in the titles that I'm reading. The truth does come out. So the truth about Nord Stream, that is coming out, that's for sure. And Seymour Hersh, he is now saying that there's more to come. He is saying that there is going to be more revelations to come with Ukraine, with Nord Stream, with the Biden White House. Seymour Hersh is very upset that the mainstream media and the governments are questioning his reporting as well. So I said in a video a couple of days ago, I just said, I have a hunch that this is not the end of this. And Seymour Hersh is now confirming that this is not the end of his reporting. Of course it's not. You got to imagine that his sources told him a whole lot more about Nord Stream, but you got to imagine that he's got sources telling him a whole lot more about the truth to the conflict in Ukraine. And I think the big giveaway for me that there was going to be more revelations as to what is going on in Ukraine, whether it's connected to Nord Stream or not, was during that interview where Seymour Hersh said, I think it was the first interview, where he said that the truth of the war is, the truth about the war that I'm getting as Seymour Hersh is not the reports of the war that everyone else is getting. So he hinted at the fact that, look, I know the truth of what's going on in Ukraine, and the world is being lied to. The collective West, at least, is being lied to. So expect more revelations to come out from the Pulitzer Prize winning journalists. And I said we're not going to talk about spy balloons anymore, that story has run its course. Well, it looks like the Zelensky PR machine, they're talking about spy balloons over Ukraine, and they're saying Russia is using spy balloons over Ukraine. Air defense systems near Kiev allegedly detected and shot down as many as six air balloons believed to have been used by Russia, a spokesperson for Ukrainian military claimed during a television appearance on Wednesday. According to Yuri Ignat, the balloons, which were detected flying above the Ukrainian capital, may have been equipped with reconnaissance equipment meant to identify and exhaust Kiev's air defense systems. Oh, those balloons. Russia launched the massive missile strikes again this morning as well, towards the evening and this morning. And the reports are that a lot of the missiles were decoys to get at Ukraine's air defense. But the fact that that Ukraine is now saying air balloons, I think we all kind of called this, didn't we? I remember when we were talking about air balloons, going into the comment section, there were a lot of comments saying, watch, Ukraine is now going to talk about Russian air balloons in order to get the attention back onto to the conflict, because those air balloons, they drew everyone's attention away from Zelensky for about a week. And so this should come as no surprise that the Zelensky regime is now talking about Russian balloons over Ukraine. And they're shooting them down as well. It seems like they're doing a much better job shooting down the balloons in the Biden White House. They shot down six balloons. Man, Zelensky regime, they're doing a good job shooting down those balloons. So now we're all supposed to focus on the UFOs over Ukraine and give Zelensky more money. We've got 6 balloons, 6 Russian balloons over Ukraine. We shoot down all those 6 balloons. Now give us money. I need 100 billion to shoot down balloons. Balloons, man, that's the hot topic. It's all about those spy balloons. So let's wrap this video up. Let's make this video a short one. And I talked about the ammo situation, fighting Russia with less ammo. It seems like less is more. That is the mantra going forward, because we have an article from, let me pull it up here, from the Wall Street Journal, which is saying that Americans should cut back on their breakfast in order to save money. Let me find the title here from the WSJ. Here we go. To save money, maybe you should skip breakfast. To fight a better war, you need less ammo. I mean, you know. Skip breakfast to save money. Skip eating to save money. I mean, why just breakfast? Skip rent to save money. That's another thing that people can do. Don't eat, don't pay rent. Skip car payments to save money. Yeah, absolutely. Really good thinking, Wall Street Journal. Why stop at breakfast? Why not just skip all your meals? That'll save you a lot of money. It's that simple, you see? Why complain about inflation and the economy and the way Joe Bidenopoulos, Greece's favorite son, is handling the economy? Who are we to complain? Who are we to complain about these things, us serfs, when the solution is so simple, to just stop eating? That's the video, everybody. theduran.locals.com. We are on Rockfin as well. Look for us on Telegram, on Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey. Look for Alexander's channel. Look for my channel. Look for the Duran's channel on all those video platforms. And go to the Duran shop. One sec. The Duran shop, 10% off. Use the code Good Day. This is my Slovakia sweatshirt that I'm wearing today around the city of Athens. And what else? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, give it a thumbs down. And if you like this channel, subscribe. If you don't like this channel, subscribe. Why not? Why not? We can subscribe to things that we don't like, can't we? So I will leave it there, everybody. Take care.